I'm in Mikrolimano today, one of the most beautiful places in Piraeus, and a really popular dining destination for anyone visiting Athens. I'm here to see my good friend Lefteris Lazarou, chef-owner of Varourka restaurant. He's one of the most renowned seafood chefs in the world, and to my mind, the father of modern Greek cooking. We go back a long way.
Λάδι, φέτα, Ελλάδα, ξέρω εγώ, αυτά είναι, δεν είναι.
Lefteris and I will grill whole squid on top of an amazing Spanakopita Puree. To me, this is absolute Greece. And turn the humble weever fish and cabbage into an elegant dish. In Greece, we say drakena with lachanorizo crema. And in the kitchen, I'll roll up cabbage shrimp dolmades with a saffron bechamel. We're gonna make use of this entire head of cabbage. Join me on My Greek Table to celebrate the birth of modern Greek cuisine. I go back a long way with Lefteris Lazarou, arguably Greece's most renowned modern chef. To my mind, he is the father of modern Greek haute cuisine, and his path parallels the story of food over the last 3 decades in Athens, from the simple cooking of a small provincial city to a world-class culinary destination. Lefteris was at the helm of this transition. Born in Piraeus to humble roots with the sea in his blood, his father was a galley cook, and Lefteris himself started to cook on boats as a young man. With well-honed technique and creativity, he became renowned not only as the father of modern Greek cuisine, but as one of the great seafood chefs of the world. In his hand, the humble monkfish was brought from obscurity to become one of the most sought-after fish species on Greece's gastronomic scene. That's but one example among countless ways that Lefteris, throughout his career, looked to some of the humblest fish in the Aegean and transformed them into high art on the plate. Now, Lefteris himself is like an elder statesman, but tireless, and he's gone full circle back to his roots in Piraeus with a gorgeous restaurant overlooking the very sea that runs through his veins. Lefteris! Τι κάνεις?
Καλά είμαι, εσύ.
Τι θα κάνουμε?
Κοίτα, στο Βαρούρκο θα κάτσουμε μετά. Αφού ήρθες θα κάτσουμε μετά.
Okay.
Τώρα πρέπει να πάμε να φέρουμε τα ψάρια όμως, γιατί αν δεν βρέξεις κόλλο ψάρια δεν τρως.
Σφυρίδα. Φρεσκότατο.
Και από πού το καταλαβαίνουμε πάλι, χωρίς να δούμε αυτό. Κοίτα, κοίτα τα σάλια.
Το σάλιο, το... Ναι, κατάλαβα, σαν κόλλα.
Και μετά βέβαια η νεκρική του ακαμψία. Το πιέζεις και δεν μπαίνει. Όχι στην κοιλιά,
το πιέζεις και δεν βουλιάζει, ναι.
Έχεις φάει τη δυο ψάρι, δράκαινα, στην Ικαρία.
Δράκαινα έχω φάει στην Ικαρία, ναι, σε σούπα.
Θα τη φας ψητή σήμερα.
Οκ.
Αυτή ξέρεις ότι έχει το δηλητήριο αυτό εδώ.
Α, ναι.
Σε χτυπάει.
Αυτό είναι σαν μαχαίρι είναι.
Σε χτυπάει, είναι.
Ναι.
Έχει δηλητήριο. Πού καταλάβαμε το καλαμάρι της σκοτώνει?
Δεν ξέρω.
Από τα μελάνια του και ότι είναι άσπρο. Δεν έχει κοκκινήσει. Από τα μελάνια του,
ναι.
Δεν έχει ταλαιπωρηθεί.
Ναι.
Και ότι είναι λευκό. Αυτά θα τα φάμε σήμερα.
Οκ.
Και ξέρεις πώς θα τα φας? Με μια κρέμα σπανακόπιτας. Πάμε να μαγειρέψουμε.
Ναι.
Πάμε. Λοιπόν, ελληνική κουζίνα χωρίς ελαιόλαδο δεν παίζει. Δεν γίνεται.
Οκ.
Ελαιόλαδο.
Οκ.
Το πράσο το βάζουμε για να έχει λίγο κάψιμο στη γλώσσα. Δηλαδή να είναι λίγο πικάντικο. Πρέπει να σοτάρουμε λίγο. Αυτό που θέλουμε να πετύχουμε είναι όταν κλείνεις τα μάτια και δοκιμάζεις να νομίζεις ότι τρως μια σπανακόπιτα. Πάμε να βάλουμε το σπανάκι. Εδώ έχεις ένα βουνό. Και τι λέει η γιαγιά? Μαγείρευσε το τόσο να ταπεινώσει.
Να ταπεινώσει. You put a mountain of spinach in there and it has to be humbled. So I mean, it just has to lose some volume. Με επιτρέπεις?
Βέβαια. Και αφήνουμε να χαλαρώσει το φαγητό, να παντρευτούν τα αρώματα.
Okay.
Κρεμμύδι, πράσο, ελαιόλαδο, σπανάκι και μετά θα μπούμε εδώ. Εδώ έχεις τριβές. Για να κρατήσεις πράσινο το χρώμα, τι θα βάλουμε?
Παγάκια. Dill, άνηθος, όλος.
Σιγά σιγά.
Α.
Επειδή είναι ακόμα ζεστό και θέλουμε τα αρώματα να μείνουν, να μην χαθούν. Λίγο λεμόνι.
Little lemon juice.
Σιγά σιγά και το λεμόνι, γιατί λεμόνι με λεμόνι έχει διαφορά.
Little bit of dill at a time, little bit of lemon juice at a time, because he wants to also test the acidity. Μυρίζει ωραία.
Λίγο εστραγκόν. Φέτα. Λάδι, φέτα, Ελλάδα. Ξέρω εγώ, αυτά είναι. Δεν είναι. Και το φύλλο.
These are pre-baked phyllo sheets. Smells like Spanakopita.
Οι κινήσεις μας ποιες είναι? Όπως είπαμε, αφού μαγειρεύουμε Ελλάδα, δεν γίνεται χωρίς λάδι.
He puts the olive oil in the tentacles. That's a first. A little salt, okay. And those tweezers.
Πάντα τα πλοκάμια τα βάζουμε λίγο πριν, γιατί είναι πιο σκληρά από το σώμα.
We want to score the squid tubes. Ah, so he just puts a little spatula in there and that stops the knife, so you don't go all the way through. He doesn't want to make rings. So simple. Απλό πράγμα.
Πολύ απλό. Λίγο εστραγκόν, γιατί βγάζει αυτή την όμορφη όξινη γεύση.
Είναι και λίγο γλυκιά.
Ναι, γλυκόξινο θα το έλεγα.
Ah, okay, that's beautiful.
Λοιπόν, πάμε να σερβίρουμε.
Πάμε. We're gonna serve now.
Βλέπεις πόσο πράσινο ζωντανό έμεινε.
Ναι, the ice made this color. Bright green.
Κοίτα, τι ωραίο χρώμα.
Yeah, beautiful color. His food philosophy, his cooking philosophy is found in two things: great ingredients and great ideas. It's very simple. It's exactly what I've known Lefteris for, these past 30 years. That's beautiful.
Και οι μάγειρες όταν κάνουν ένα καινούργιο πιάτο, για να τιμήσουν τους φίλους, δοκιμάζουν, τρώνε και πίνουνε. Για να καταλάβουμε τώρα την εξαιρετική πρώτη ύλη.
Θα με ταΐσεις κιόλας.
Το λουλουδάκι.
I just took a deep sea dive into the deliciousness of Lefteris cooking. The squid is so tender, but married with his Spanakopita cream, to me, this is absolute Greece. Είναι τέλειο. This is what it's all about. This is real Greek cooking from the father of modern Greek cooking.
Yeah.
One of the things I've learned when it comes to food is that tradition and innovation are not mutually exclusive. Today I'm making a stuffed cabbage dish, lachano dolmades, a really traditional dish, but this one is inspired by my good friend Lefteris Lazarou. The first thing I'm going to do is get the core out of the cabbage and blanch it so that the leaves are nice and soft, malleable enough to roll. You want to just cut at the base carefully because it's a little bit tough. And just get that core out of there. You might have to work at it a little bit. There we go. I've got some salted water simmering. I'm just going to lower the cabbage in there carefully. Cover the pot. We're going to get going on the filling. I'm going to just heat a little bit of olive oil. We just want to sear the shrimp. All this great shrimp liquid is gonna add a lot of flavor to the rice filling. We're just gonna cook the shrimp until they turn pink. I'm just gonna get whatever juice is left in here. We wanna get going on the rest of the filling, which is a little bit more olive oil, chopped red onion. Together with the onions, I've got some coarsely shredded carrot and chopped garlic. You want to keep the garlic moving so you don't burn it. Next in the rice, and I'm using a medium grain rice here. And I like to saute the rice, get it coated with the olive oil because that brings out this beautiful nutty flavor. And now we're pretty much ready to add some vegetable stock. And next in, crushed tomatoes. These are canned tomatoes. We're gonna get the wine in here next, and this is just a dry white wine. I wanna get a little bit of salt in here. It's time to get the shrimp in here. I wanna empty out all this beautiful shrimp juice first. Now I'm gonna coarsely chop the shrimp. I'm gonna turn this off and just stir in the shrimp. A little bit of fresh mint. You can use fresh or dried mint in this. And one last little secret ingredient, some lemon zest. Just get that mixed in here. We're ready for the cabbage. It's nice and tender. You want to do this carefully because it's hot, obviously. And I've got a bowl of ice water here just to cool it down. You don't want it to continue cooking. As soon as this drains, we'll be ready to roll because the rice filling is nice and cool. Let's see these beautiful leaves here. They should peel right off. Don't worry if some of them are torn. We're gonna make use of this entire head of cabbage. I'm gonna separate out the better leaves. Whatever's left at the end, I can just chop and add to the filling. Okay, I'm just gonna chop whatever's left here. I'm adding this to the filling, mostly so that it doesn't go to waste. A little bit of olive oil goes on the bottom of the pan. So what I'm doing now is finding kind of the torn leaves just to layer on the bottom of the pot so that the cabbage rolls don't come into direct contact with the flame. Let me just get a little bit of filling on here. Try to get a shrimp, at least one piece of shrimp in each dolma. So you start rolling from the bottom and you try to fold in the sides. And as you do that, you're kind of working all your fingers. You don't want this to be too tight. That's really important. You want there to be enough room for the rice to expand a little bit. You want to put the seam side down so that the roll stays closed. And we're just going to work concentrically. You want to be careful not to overstuff the leaves because as the rice expands, you don't want the leaves to tear. Get the sides in, and remember, use all your fingers or most of them and roll that up, seam side down. You just want to make sure they're snug. That keeps them from opening. The last one going in, and a little bit of extra virgin Greek olive oil, just for good measure. A pinch of sea salt, and a little bit of vegetable stock. You can also use water. We don't want to cover the dolmades. We just want to make sure there's enough in here so that they essentially steam. A little trick. We always put a plate over any kind of dolmades that we make. And we do that to keep the leaves from opening as this gently simmers. So this is going to get covered. We're going to simmer this for around 20-25 minutes until the cabbage and rice are tender and all that liquid pretty much absorbed. I'm ready to make the bechamel, and this is a little bit of an unusual recipe because it calls for olive oil and butter. As soon as the butter melts, I'm going to add the flour to make the roux. We want to make sure to cook the flour, and you want to cook it a little bit so you don't get that raw, pasty flour taste. So this is ready. I can tell because it's got this almost velvety consistency. And you keep whisking while you add the milk. The cream goes in next. And this isn't going to take very long to cook. Want to season this up a little bit. So a little bit of salt, a little pepper, some turmeric, and what really gives it the beautiful flavor, Greek saffron or krokos kozanis. And I'm just stirring this to help thicken it a little bit. Okay, this is done. So you basically want a really thick but loose bechamel. The dolmades definitely smell like they're ready. Let's get the plate out of here. It's hot, so when you do this, you want to be careful. Yeah, they look really beautiful. So let's get them out. You want to do this carefully. Oh, they smell really great. I'm going to get a little bit of bechamel over this. Just adding a round of lemon and some mint. Let's taste this beautiful dish. Wow. It's really elegant, this dish. I got the beautiful seafood flavor from the shrimp. All of those very subtle spices are coming through in full bloom in the bechamel. The saffron and the turmeric just add this wonderful exotic note. The sauce is rich. And I'm thinking, what would I pair with this in terms of Greek wine? It would definitely be a malagousia, which is one of the oldest indigenous grape varietals in Greece. Beautiful citrusy flavors, a little bit floral, and it goes beautifully with rich seafood dishes like this. Isihian. This next recipe I can happily describe as the meeting of poor man's food and the rich, fertile imagination of a world-class chef.
Καταρχήν πρέπει να σου πω αυτή τη συνταγή, γιατί τη σκέφτηκα. Είναι η συνταγή του φτωχού.
Okay, it's...
Λάχανο και ρύζι, σε χορτένι. Άρα εγώ έπρεπε τώρα εδώ να σκεφτώ μία συνταγή που να κάνω το λαχανόριζο κρέμα και να χρησιμοποιήσω ένα ψάρι χαμηλού κόστους. Γιατί όταν οι ψαράδες ψαρεύουνε, πολλά πράγματα που βγάζουν από το βυθό...
Μα είναι πεντανόστιμα.
Αυτό όμως δημιουργεί ένα πρόβλημα στο πλανήτη μας. Εμείς πρέπει να έχουμε μια ευαισθησία, να τρώμε ό,τι βγάζουμε, να μπορούμε να παράγουμε αυτό που ακριβώς φτάνει για να ζήσουμε.
Οκ. Εδώ.
Εδώ ρίχνουμε το λάδι μέσα.
Το πράσο next.
Το πράσο.
Leeks. The cabbage goes in next. There's about half a head of cabbage in here, coarsely shredded. Θα το βάλεις όλο αυτό μέσα.
Ναι, ναι, ναι. Κοίτα πόσο γλυκό είναι ένα λάχανο στην Ελλάδα. Δεν είναι πολύ γλυκό.
This recipe in itself, the lachanorizo cabbage rice, is one of the great vegan and vegetarian recipes in the Greek kitchen. It's one of the classics of the Lenten table. We eat it, throughout the year, but especially during periods of fasting.
Θα ρίξουμε το ρύζι τώρα.
Όλο το νερό.
Όλο. Τώρα θα ρίξουμε τα αρώματα.
Okay.
Ο δυόσμος.
The saffron, krokos, kozanis. This is in powdered form. So now it's perfumed, it's got beautiful color.
Όπως αυτό που τώρα κάνουμε τώρα είναι να βάλουμε το λεμόνι. Όταν θα τελειώσουμε από εδώ, θα ξαναδοκιμάσουμε το λεμόνι. Πρέπει να φουσκώσει το ρύζι, να μαλακώσει το ρύζι, να γίνει το ρύζι, να ταπεινώσει το λάχανο και εμείς μπορούμε να ξεκουραστούμε. Okay. Η μία μαχαιριά πας κάτω από το κεντρικό.
Βγάζεις το κεφάλι.
Φτάνεις μέχρι το κόκαλο.
He goes right to the bone from the head. And he's going along the top of the spine of the fish.
Τώρα εδώ έχουμε κεντρικό κόκαλο. Βλέπεις ότι εδώ άμα βάλεις το χέρι σου είναι κόκαλο.
Ναι.
Τι κάνουμε, πάμε μια μαχαιριά εδώ.
There's a tiny but sharp line of bones down the middle, and that's what he's cutting away.
Πρέπει να πολιτοποιήσουμε, να το κάνουμε κρέμα.
Okay.
Δεν θα βάλουμε άλλο για να μπορεί να γυρίσει και μετά ξανά. Βάλουμε λίγο ακόμα ξινό.
That's apple cider vinegar and a little bit of salt.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Για να έχουμε μια ωραία εικόνα.
Okay. So he's cutting it, thinking ahead about how he's going to serve it. Skin side down first. The frying pan is hot, which is why he's oiling the fish instead, so that it doesn't splatter.
Πάμε με αυτές τις γραμμές. Βλέπεις, κοίτα τώρα, αυτό το χρώμα είναι αυτό που σου κάνει τώρα εδώ, έτσι.
That's so he's looking for the dark color on the skin.
Πάμε να στρώσουμε ένα πιάτο.
It's beautiful. Well, it's that beautiful moment of getting to taste this beautiful dish. If we were somewhere else, say Italy, they would call this cucina povera, poor man's cooking. In Greece, we say drakena with lachanorizo crema. I can taste the rice, I can taste the cabbage, I can taste the saffron. It's really, really subtle, but also very, very much there. I can also taste a little bit of that nice acidity from the vinegar and the lemon juice.
Εγώ θα σου περιγράψω το εξής, ότι αυτό το πιάτο δεν πιστεύω ότι το έχω κάνει εγώ. Είναι τόσο ωραίο.
I can believe he created it, not only because I witnessed it, but because I have 30 years of memories of his flavors, of his dishes.
Πώς θα το λέγαμε στην Ελλάδα, να μας έχει ο Θεός καλά.
Όντως.
Πάντα να ανταμώνουμε και να ξεφαντώνουμε.
So may the universe keep us well so we can meet again and enjoy delicious food with each other, but also with you.
Μισή εγώ, μισή εσύ.
Ωραίο.
Θα πιούμε νιαράκι.
Μπορώ να πω όχι.
Δεν αφήνουμε επιλογές.
Uh-oh. Now the fun is starting.
Έλα.
Cheers. Yallas. Δεν θα το πιείς. Έβαλες και παγάκι μέσα.